WWE is about to get another major return, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out some fun fan theories going around for Damian Priest, LA Knight, and much more. Starting things off with another big imminent return. Reports claim that Kairi Sane is officially now being listed on WWE's internal roster and that she could return literally any day now. Kairi was first rumored to return to WWE back in August. Reports that Kairi Sane had reached a new deal with WWE first came out on that same day that Summerslam 2023 was taking place, and at the time, fans thought we would see Kairi Sane even that same exact night at SummerSlam, but that didn't happen. And it was then reported that Kairi still had some obligated dates to finish up, but she'll be returning towards the end of the year. Well, judging by reports that she's back on WWE's internal roster, it appears that her obligated dates are over and she's ready to return to WWE. The reason why this return is even more special is because when Kairi Sane left WWE in 2020, she made it sound like that was it. She wanted to go back home to Japan, wrestle there for a bit, and enjoy retirement. So no one ever thought we'd see Kairi Sane inside a WWE ring again, but almost 4 years after her departure, and it's actually happening again. As far as plans for how Kairi Sane could make her return, the obvious and most popular fan theory is that she'll return instantly to reunite with Asuka and for them to continue their tag team with each other. Asuka and Kairi's tag team never broke up, not because of issues within the group. They ended up splitting up simply because Kairi Sane left WWE. So now that she's back and there was never any real bad blood there for the split, a lot of fans think it'll be pretty interesting to see Asuka and Kairi reunite, and for us to see them reach new heights that we've never seen them reach before as a tag team. We've seen them as a babyface team, we've seen them as heels, but considering how dark and evil Asuka's become in recent months, she could possibly drag Kairi Sane into that same level of intensity as well. Bayley and Damage CTRL run SmackDown because of their numbers advantage and how there's really no other tag teams on SmackDown to contest them. But if Asuka and Kairi reunite, things will definitely start to get a bit more balanced there on SmackDown. So expect Kairi Sane to make a big return that will have an impact towards the ongoing storylines in a major way. Now let's get into some fun fan theories with Damian Priest, the Money in the Bank contract, and the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day have all these titles. They open and close Monday Night Raw almost every week and just completely run the show. But even with all that success, the group still has its occasional ups and downs every so often, where they'll have a really big embarrassing loss or embarrassing moment. Well, some fans started to wonder what would happen if Damian Priest was to put his Money in the Bank contract on the line. Damian Priest has had the contract in his possession since July, even got his own customized briefcase, and has teased a cash-in several times already. But fans are wondering if the Judgment Day's issues could end up with Rhea Ripley forcing him to put his Money in the Bank contract on the line just as a test for Damian Priest. Like we saw in that backstage segment on Raw, there appears to be some conflict developing in the group due to how Rhea appears to be running away with the group's leadership, but during that moment right there, she reassured everyone that there still wasn't a leader in the Judgment Day. Maybe Rhea truly believes that. Maybe she's manipulating them to keep them in line and comfortable in the group, even though in actuality, she views herself as the leader. And what better way for Rhea to fix the leadership power than by forcing Damian Priest to defend the Money in the Bank contract in a match? Now, we've seen the Money in the Bank contract get defended in matches before, and sometimes those matches do result in the contract changing hands. The most recent example came in 2020 where Otis ended up losing the contract to The Miz, who then used it on Monday Night Raw. So who would Damian Priest defend it against in this hypothetical matchup? Well, fans seem to think that Sami Zayn would be the ideal opponent. Sami Zayn versus Damian Priest for the Money in the Bank contract. If Sami Zayn wins the match, he becomes the new contract holder, and he will be well on his way of trying to capture his first WWE World title. And if Damian Priest loses the contract, maybe that makes something truly snap within the Judgment Day, where Damian will look to exit the group for good and start his own solo journey. But if Damian retains the briefcase, he gets to rub it in Rhea's face and keeps going as Mr. Money in the Bank. The only big hole in this theory is that Rhea Ripley wouldn't put the Money in the Bank contract in harm's way like that. No matter what on and off issues she may have with Damian Priest, Rhea's big plans for the group is for them to obviously win every single title in WWE that's available for them to grab. So for Rhea to put the Money in the Bank contract, which is basically a free ticket to a world title, just on the line in a match that doesn't really need to take place in the first place, would be pretty foolish, especially as a leader. A leader would look to avoid having their members defend anything if it's not mandatory. So that's the biggest plot hole for this fan theory. No matter how serious her issues may be with Damian, it doesn't really make sense for her to risk losing the Money in the Bank contract when she'll obviously need it for a much bigger plan. It's also being reported that Damian Priest will eventually be the first member to willingly walk out of the Judgment Day. That's been a popular rumor since springtime, so it'll be interesting to see if that does happen down the line, and if he will leave the group either empty-handed or with the World Heavyweight title in his possession. LA Knight recently sat down for an interview with Kayla Braxton ahead of his Crown Jewel match with Roman Reigns. And he went absolutely viral for some of his comments that he made about Roman Reigns' title reign. LA Knight had this to say when speaking on Roman Reigns, quote, "I'm going to tell you my assessment. My assessment is everybody's sick of that. Here's a guy, he's got about one title defense every 3-4 months, 4 defenses a year, and we're celebrating the fact that he's been champion for 1,200 days? You gotta be kidding me. 1,200 days, as impressive as that is, can come to a real quick halt when you find yourself on the business end of a BFT. And that's what I think we're gonna find at Crown Jewel. But look, you talk about the tyranny of this. This revolution is gonna walk in and release everybody from that tyranny with a new WWE champion," end quote. And LA Knight hit a lot of key points that some fans have been saying for a few months now, but it's all true. Up until Crown Jewel, Roman Reigns only had 4 televised title defenses through the entire year, which is pretty hard to believe, but it's all facts. And like we've been discussing all week long, there's a lot of conflicting reports when it comes to Roman's immediate future, with the big rumor being that it may be another few months again until his next title defense at Royal Rumble. But either way, Roman Reigns is still expected to walk into WrestleMania 40 with the undisputed Universal title, and that'll be the big day where we'll either see the title reign end, or if he retains at that event, then we'll possibly start talking about him possibly breaking Bruno's #1 spot of being the longest reigning WWE champion of all time. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.